What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching today, baby. All right, guys. So I tried to do a live stream from my mobile phone. Since I'm over 1,000 subscribers, I thought I could do that, but apparently not. I'm trying to find my camera. Heh. So I figured I would just hop on my office computer here. If anybody, I'm sure there won't be many people that are able to hop on this time, but if you do jump on, say something to me in the chat room. If you have any questions for me about anything while I'm live, that would be ideal for me to respond to your question if you have anything. But I'm just planning on kind of going over questions or comments from my last video. And if any of you guys have anything to add or ask me, I'd be happy to interact with you guys if you guys are bored. So let me adjust this bad boy. And if you come in here too, let me know if somebody's in here so I can make sure I know this is all working correct. And if you can hear me, I don't think I've really ever done a live stream. So if somebody's here, say howdy. Or I'll say something here real quick. All right, I'm going to pull up my last video and just kind of go over some comments from my last video. Okay, so and I'm not sure if I'm even going to post this video or not. I guess I should I'd have to post it for you guys to see what I'm responding to you. So I guess I will post this video. Joe says, "What's up? Yo, what up, Kev? Is this Joe Dog? Or is this, oh, this isn't Joe C, right? Joe E? What's up, Joe? How's your night, man? How late is it where you guys are at? It's only 8 o'clock here in Utah." All right, so I'll just kind of go over some comments from my last video. If you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and shoot them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer whatever you guys have. What's up, man? I just wanted to say keep fighting and being inspiration. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you following my journey. I'm looking forward to this weekend, and it was nice to drop off those medications to my acquaintance of mine. So now I don't have to even think about that shit. So this Sunday, guys, is what I'm planning on jumping off. I'm in Philly. It's 10:07. Wow, that's a long ass ways away. I once flew out to Philly and bought a Corvette and drove it home. It took me 3 days to get home. You believe that shit? For a car, I flew out there and then drove home. Are you on Suboxone, Joe? Can you guys hear me okay? And is everything seem like it's working normal with the live stream? I've never done this on my computer before. I just want to make sure everything's working and sounding right. 4 milligrams. That's awesome, man. How long have you been at that dose? And are you trying to taper, or what's your plan? Are you just going to chill there for a while? I'm on half currently, but can't wait to get out from under the burden. A burden it is, right? Yeah, I'm excited to be able to. It just takes up such a large part of my day, you know, just trying to wake up in the morning and see how long I can push myself before I take my first dose. That's always a pain in the ass. And then it's like I need to use the bathroom like freaking 4 times now, you know, before like noon. before my guts start to feel okay, I guess, for the day. You say you're on half of a milligram or half of a Suboxone? Okay, so I'm just gonna start talking about or mentioning comments from my last videos. So if you guys want to say whatever you want to say, I'll get back to you in the chat in just a moment. So the first comment, Tone Man says, "You are so inspiring in many ways, my friend. Keep being you." I really appreciate that, buddy. That's very kind of you to say, and it makes me happy to know that I'm inspiring you. Hopefully, you are pushing yourself with your taper and staying sober, as sober as you guys can. Thanks for that comment, by the way. Done with Suboxone forever. That's Reed, I believe. Reed, what's up, buddy? I seen your last video, man. Keep going on that taper. He says the daily rituals and routines of us taking our Suboxone is about 80% of the battle for me anyway. It feels like I get home from work and it's time to take my dose, or I'm like, what is going on? Yeah, that's crazy that you take it. So you take it later at night, Reed? Is that what I'm understanding by that? For me, it's like the first thing in the morning. It's the first thing my body's like, yelling at me. You need to take your dose. But if you guys don't know who Reed is, he has a Suboxone channel and he's been tapering, and I believe he's down to 1.5 or 2 milligrams. And his channel's name is Done with Suboxone Forever. So you guys should go support him on his taper journey as well. He's been following me, I believe, since pretty much day one, if I can remember. Isn't that right, Reed? Let me look at the chat here real quick. Half of an 8. Acta non verba says half of an 8, so 4 milligrams. So both of you guys are at 4 milligrams, it looks like. I've been tapering due to a separation, but that separation turned into a divorce, and I'm staying steady at 4 milligrams. Oh, I remember seeing your comment. I believe it's probably coming up here on this video. I've been in 8 milligrams for 7 years, but the taper started 6 months ago. So 6 months, 8 milligrams, damn, 7 years. See, it's crazy how fast time just goes by, huh, when you're on this medication. It seems like, I mean, life already goes by fast as it is, but I feel like when you're on this medication, it kind of blurs out a lot of your, just like, it's like takes chunks of time out of your life. It almost kind of feels like, that's kind of that's how I've noticed. Like, I was just thinking the other day, like, man, I've just been through like a few relationships, and I'm still on Suboxone, and it's like these relationships have came and gone, like multiple year relationships, and here I am still on Suboxone. Like, that hit me the other day. Like, my ex-girlfriend, I don't want to talk about that. Well, anyways, like, that's a separate chapter of my life now, and it's like, okay, that chapter already came and went and like fully closed out, and I'm still freaking working on this. It's like, it just really hit me. I was like, dude, this is taking forever to actually get off this medication and move on with my life. This seriously, guys, has been the hardest thing. I know I always try to be like positive and whatnot, but I've gone through so much stuff in my life, and this is the one thing that's like taken the most effort, is for me to stay sober off of painkillers and to get fully off of Suboxone. It's no joke. I feel like when you're trying to taper, I feel like you're a computer that's trying to hack yourself, because you're trying to rewire your brain and tell your brain, hey, I don't need this much, even though your brain's trying to tell you you need to take more. So Joe E says, I dose at 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Yeah, that's about, yeah, I remember, I think I would do like 9 a.m. and like 2 p.m. I would always try to push myself as far as I could. How are you doing at that dose? Do you feel good? Do you feel foggy, Joe? I mean, do you ever take Suboxone naps? I feel like my side effects got really low once I got below 2 milligrams. Things started looking a lot better. I take 3 small pieces a day, dividing a 4 milligram. That's an interesting way to do it. So just like 1 milligram, little pieces at a time. Yeah, it's cool how so many different people do it different ways. You know, like a lot of people will just take 1 dose and be done with it. But I found that when I did that, it was too strong. Like my metabolism is really fast. So when I would take my dose all at once, like when I was on higher doses, it would be too strong for me and I would feel foggy and dizzy, you know, and it would just be like a strong feeling. So I can definitely relate to you guys that need to split the doses up. It's not like that for everybody. It seems like about half the people that I know that are on Suboxone, they have to split it up like that, you know. So it's just, you got to just kind of find what works for you, really, you know. And then, like I said, some people take it all at once. Yeah, for me, it was too strong feeling when I did that. It's so tough though. Just be vigilant, and know that you can do this. Yeah. I mean, I've done it before. I don't know why, but it's like it seems like it's taken me more willpower to do it this time. Probably because last time I got a Suboxone, I lived with my girlfriend, and it was easier for me to have her kind of divvy out my meds to where it's just me now. You know, for me to taper myself down to this low dose, 0.125. Like when I lived with her a couple of years ago, I couldn't get below 2 milligrams, you know, without, I mean, I remember tapering from like 8 milligrams to 2 milligrams, and I couldn't get below 2 milligrams. So at that point, I had to give them to her. And, you know, I know it kind of sucks to have somebody kind of babysit you like that. But if it's important to you enough, you know, to want to get off this shit, then you'll do whatever you got to do. If you need to call up a family member, you know, or a friend, do whatever you got to do, guys. If your main serious goal is to get off Suboxone and you're having trouble tapering past a certain dose, do whatever you got to do just to get it out of your house. If you have to go, you know, bring it to your family's house and tell them, hey, I'm going to come over here on Sundays and pick up a pill or two for the week or whatever dose you need, do that. You know, find somebody to help you, because too many times we're trying to do this all by ourselves, you know, and it's not very easy to do this stuff by yourself. So if you need help, ask people to help divvy out your medication. That is literally one of the best things for my taper, was to do that. This time I just kind of did it on sheer willpower, you know. So I'm surprised I was able to do it this time and get down to 0.125 because it's such a tiny dose. It is what it is. No naps. I just get tired in the evening, but just push through. I work a 9 to 5, so my evening dose kicks in. Oh, evening dose kicks in when I'm ready to relax. Actually helps me through my evening workout. Yeah, I bet if you didn't have that evening dose, you'd probably start getting anxiety and stuff about going to the gym, right? I used to get that. I definitely can relate to that. I used to be on the needle real bad, and it helps me breaking it up. So when you say the needle, you mean heroin? Is that what you're saying? I've never done heroin or any like needle injections other than my testosterone from my doctor, but yeah, it's good that you got off of that. You know, I know a lot of people that died once they went to taking injections. So I'm glad that you don't do that anymore. So congratulations to you for getting off of IV drugs, because I know, like I said, I know a lot of people that have died from that. A lot of my friends have died from that. So congrats to you. How long have you been off of that, and how long have you been on Suboxone? Let me read some more comments from the video. You guys go ahead. If you have anything else, just go ahead and post it, and I'll get right to you. So my last video, Ryan says, I kicked 8 years of hydromorphone 13 days ago. Kratom can help stop that. Yeah, the whole Kratom thing is really, I don't know. I don't want to put too much comments on Kratom. I know it definitely can help you because it's kind of just like a quick acting Suboxone, to be honest with you, in my opinion. From my experience with Kratom, it definitely helps eliminate withdrawal, but it's just delaying it. You know what I mean? You're not, in my opinion, in my experience, as soon as you stop Kratom, that withdrawal is still going to be right there waiting for you. Maybe if you taper down slowly, I don't know a lot of people that could really taper off Kratom. For me, it was just the quick half-life of Kratom, how it kicks in and out. It reminds me too much of painkillers. And I'm not saying I'm against Kratom. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that a lot of people struggle with being disciplined with it and getting off of it quick. I believe that if you can be disciplined with Kratom and you can take low doses and measure your doses and know what doses you're taking rather than just be scooping teaspoons and tablespoons and not really know what you're taking, I feel like that's when people can get into trouble with Kratom. If you have if you can measure it out or just have tablets, just take a few tablets at a time. I feel like that can definitely help people go through withdrawals of Suboxone and painkillers. Thanks for your comment, by the way. Jamie Lopez says, 4 more days and I'll be a month off Suboxone. It is possible. After day 7, it gets easier. I agree with you there. I went down to a 0.5 for a couple days, then off. It feels like a miracle. It is a miracle. So you should pat yourself on the back, Jamie, because I know how hard it is to get off Suboxone. In my experience, not everybody, it might not be that hard for everybody, but in my experience, it was pretty damn challenging. Sometimes it is hard for me to even believe it. So, I mean, a month, you've made it past the hardest parts, way past the hardest parts. So congratulations to you, Jamie. I hope you're still going. And I hope as the hard days come, you realize that the hard days will go. So congratulations to you. I think that's amazing that you did that. And I hope you continue to follow my journey and support me. But yeah, congratulations. Reef Guzzler says, you got this, man. I jumped off of 0.5 milligram, just like Jamie. I'm currently on Kratom, but only 5 grams 3 times a day. Thinking about the dose of Suboxone you were on, I'd say you're probably right about where you should be with the Kratom. So 5 grams. So you're taking 15 grams of Kratom. Man, that's really close to where I would guess that you should be. I do feel restless in the morning, and that's because of the quick half-life of Kratom. Joe C was having that same issue when he took Kratom to get off Suboxone. And I told him it's because your Kratom is running out way faster than the Suboxone half-life. But I'm pushing it right there with you, man. Check out DL-phenyl, I don't know what that means, and N-acetyltyrosine. It helped me so much last time I got off opiates. Good luck, dude, and thanks for all your videos. I watched them all. I appreciate that, man. That's a lot of support to watch all my videos. I think I have like 90-something videos. So thanks for joining, man. I really appreciate it. And congratulations, too, on getting off. Just be real careful with that Kratom, man. I know it can be... I've just seen so many people on my channel say that they had to get on Suboxone to get off Kratom. So please be careful with the Kratom and don't let your dose escalate. Because for me, Kratom didn't seem to work. I feel like its effectiveness didn't seem to work that long. Like my body got used to it quick. So for me, in my opinion, if you're going to do the Kratom, keep it low, keep it slow, get in and get out as fast as you can, or else you might be risking some long-term stuff with Kratom. All right, let me get back in the chat real quick here. I'll get back to the comments here in just a moment. All right. 3 years off of heroin. Is this, I don't know, are you a male or a female? It's rough coming off the needle. I did heroin, then shot Suboxone. Not at the same time. Shot Suboxone. Damn. I don't know too many people that have done that. I haven't definitely never tried doing that. Quit the needle and heroin 3 years ago. Now I'm on TRT. Oh, so you're obviously a male. And it's the only injection I do. Good. Yeah, stick with that. TRT can be a game changer for so many people are on TRT now. It's just like a common thing, especially if you've been in opiate addiction. That can really beat down your testosterone levels. So I can relate to you, and I'm also on TRT. I'm sure you probably already knew that. Do you just take your TRT once a week, or how do you dose that? Some people do it twice a week, but I just do it once every 6 days. You're awesome. Thank you for being, Selena says, you're awesome. Thank you for being an inspiration to all of us. Congrats on your success. You've inspired me to think about quitting. Just stopping by your live stream to say thank you for doing you. You are welcome, and I really appreciate you stopping by to say howdy. Thank you so much for following my journey too. I really appreciate it. And if I've inspired you to want to push yourself to be better, then that's all I can really ask for. So thank you for following my journey. I really appreciate it, Selena. So my last video, Aaron says, I tapered down to 1 milligram, stayed on that low dose for 2 weeks, and then jumped. I'm on day 3 now with no Suboxone. Withdrawals kicked in straight away, but they're not too intense. The worst part is the stomach cramps. So Aaron, are you still going, or did you go back on Suboxone, or are you still going? Because I know you're right about the hardest part. So you stayed on 1 milligram for 2 weeks. I jumped off of 1 milligram. I don't know if you've seen that video, but I did jump off of 1 milligram a couple of years ago. And I think I made it till like 2 days or 3 days in, and it was still too hard for me in that dose. So I went back on and tapered back down below. So if you were able to jump off at 1 milligram and you're still off, you're stronger than I am. I was not able to do that. So, God, I remember I was getting the sweats. I was getting so sweaty the first day of not having Suboxone when I was at 1 milligram trying to jump off. It was like instant sweats. It was gross. Guy says, don't underestimate the strength of jumping off of 0.125. I did it once and it was a lot stronger than I anticipated. Stronger withdrawal symptoms than any of my other cuts. I recommend getting some clonidine for blood pressure because mine got pretty high coming off of 0.125. It didn't last long though, and I'm trying to get to taper. I'm trying again to taper. Hopefully this time it sticks. So Guy, when you jumped off of the dose that I'm on, how far did you make it? I don't know many people that have ever tapered to this low of a dose. So the fact that you even were able to do that, it's just like, it's unbelievable how strong this medication is. The fact that we can taper to that tiny of a dose, you know, and because when I jumped off last time, it was about 1/4 milligram, and it was about as much as I could handle. I don't know if I'm just a puss with this stuff or if it's really just that hard. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's hard to say. You can only relate your experience. So it is what it is. So Guy, what dose are you at right now? So Robert Wharton says, just giving you some hope, bro. I jumped off 4 milligrams of subs a month ago. 4 milligrams, dude? You wild. You are wild. The first 2 weeks were challenging, mostly no energy and anxiety. Starting to feel good now. Little bouts of anxiety, but so bearable. Damn, man. You made it a month off of 4 milligrams? Are you taking anything else? Are you taking Kratom? You taking Kratom? It's cool if you are. I don't judge for that for sure, because I've definitely messed with Kratom for sure. But damn, dude, that's a high jump. That's a high jump dose, man. That's congratulations to you. That is amazing. Major props, dude. Joe E says, oh, this is Joe from that's in this chat. So he says, also on my personal taper, I was down to 2 milligrams for a few months, but I went back up a few milligrams to 4 milligrams for the past few weeks. I'm going through a divorce, and I could feel that I was putting myself in a vulnerable position by being solo and dealing with a great emotional stress. Nobody's opinion is worth my recovery, and this experience is teaching me that and how to truly love myself. Joe, that's a great comment, and I'm proud of you for realizing that you were in a vulnerable position. And you know, I've said it before. I'm sure you guys have seen on other videos that if you're going through some shit in your life and you think you could be at risk for relapse, I don't see a problem with taking your dose up, not at all. That's taking your dose up from 2 milligrams to 4 milligrams to keep yourself safe. That's like an insurance blanket. You know what I mean? So going through a divorce, dude, I've never been through a divorce, but I've been through plenty of hurtful breakups, and I could definitely relate to the heartbreak part of it, and I know how hard that is to go through, dude. So I'm so sorry that you're going through that, but you'll get back down to 2 milligrams. Just be patient with yourself, dude. Don't rush it. Thanks for your comment, man. So active non-verba, hopefully I'm saying that right. I'm on 4 milligrams and hope to be off ASAP. I can't wait just to get out from under the burden. Don't rush off that 4 milligrams. That's still a pretty hefty dose to jump off from, in my experience. Some people, obviously, as I just read, some people can do it though. So I don't want to discourage you, but just please be patient with yourself. I tried jumping off at 3 milligrams and then at 1 milligram, and I couldn't make it on either one of those. So take that for what it's worth. It could be a cinch for you. Some people jump off at 16 milligrams. I have no idea how people could do that. I think the younger you are, the better your body can bounce back from a jump. Or, you know, the younger you are, the higher the dose, it might be easier to jump off of. Kind of like when you drink when you're younger, like your body can process the liquor and get it out faster, and then usually by the morning time you're good. Versus when you get older and you're drinking like that, you feel like shit all day. That's kind of how I relate that. Done with Suboxone Forever says, I start taking it every other day for 2 weeks, then jump. Also, I know about the sugar hangovers. Laugh out loud. They make you feel so shitty about yourself. Yeah, they do. Knowing you stuffed your face with chocolate chip cookies like me. Dude, that's exactly what I did. Chocolate chip cookies. When COVID happened, Reed, I literally was downing an entire box of, I started with Oreos, and then I went to Chips Ahoy. I would polish a whole box of those things at night. And then the next morning I was like, oh, I feel like shit. Oh, I could definitely relate to that. Brenda says, awesome. I found your channel a while back when I was trying to get off Suboxone. I finally did. Congratulations, Brenda. A lockbox and a trusted person were vital for me. You guys hear that? That is a vital piece of being able to do this, because if not, it's too easy. If you have a stock up of medication, you'll probably never get to the point where you can just get the willpower to, because your brain's going to be fighting all day long. You know, you can just go grab that medication; it's right there. But if you eliminate that option, out of sight, out of mind, you know, for the most part, that's kind of the goal. Calling Suboxone a blessing and a curse is so accurate. Yeah, I thought that was a good statement that I made in that last video. I'm glad you noticed that. I know you can get off of Suboxone, and congrats on 1,000 subs. Thank you so much, Brenda. That was a great comment. I really liked reading that. So, how long have you been off Suboxone, Brenda? And what dose did you get off? I always like to hear people's stories, and I think my subscribers like to hear that as well, so they can kind of, you know, they don't just have to take my experience, because I'm only one person and my life could be totally different from everybody else's, and it could be way easier for some of you guys to get off. It could be harder. You know, we're all just trying to give each other advice, not advice. This is medical advice. We're trying to give each other our experiences, is what I'm trying to say. Sunny S says, proud of you, my man. Very inspirational. I'm at 0.25 milligrams a day myself. Sunny, I actually just found your channel after you made that comment. I found it by accident. I was just looking at other Suboxone videos, and I seen that video you put up. That's cool that you're doing videos, man. I try to encourage everybody to start their own channel, because the more people we can have talking about Suboxone and sharing experiences for people that are able to find their way out and stay out, and stay sober, that's, you know, the more success stories and the more people share their stories out there, the better. So Sonny, I believe I did subscribe to your channel, so I look forward to seeing you progress from here. Good job on 0.25 milligrams. That's a tiny ass dose. You're almost there, man. Brenda says, another live stream after you jump off would be great if you're feeling up to it and would even want to do that. Yeah, I hope to at least shortly after, maybe not the first couple of days, but shortly after, I'd like to, I know I'll feel uncomfortable and clammy on camera, but I am planning on trying to do that, Brenda, or at least making videos and like trying to stay up with you guys. So Tyler S says, just jumped 3 weeks ago from 0.25 milligrams, and you being that low for that long should be good, a good week or two out. You have so many other things in your life you have lined up, and you are so efficient that this should fall into place for you. Love your videos, and they have helped me a lot. Thank you for all the info and the honesty. Tyler, I appreciate that comment, man. So you've been off for 3 weeks now. You jumped from 0.25 milligrams. How was your jump? I mean, what all did you have to deal with? You know, what kind of side effects? I'm sure maybe restless legs still, stomach cramps probably, anxiety. Are you still going strong? And did you take anything else to get off of it? You know, what other supplements did you take, if any? Congratulations, Tyler. That's great. Hopefully you keep pushing through. I'm sure there's still hard days for you here and there, but just keep going, man. If you made it this far, you're definitely over the hard part for sure. Johnny says, great video. You got this. I just realized tomorrow will be day 500. Johnny, my boy. 500 days off Suboxone Johnny has, guys. Was on it for 9.5 long years. If I can do it, so can you. Take care, John. I salute to thee. I salute thou. 500 days, man. Congrats, Johnny. What dose did you come off of that? Damn, 500 days. I can't wait to be able to say that. Hey, guys, let's make my 500 day off Suboxone video. It's coming. One of these damn years, right? Let me read some of this live stream real quick. I break up injection. Active non-verba says, I break up injection to every other day. 375 milligrams a week of Testosterone keeps levels more even. That's your TRT dose, is 375 milligrams a week? God, that's a high dose for TRT. I've never heard of anybody getting more than like 250 milligrams a week. Every other day. Do you do that sub-Q or intramuscular? Am I saying that right? Intraglute. Man, I'm only on 160 milligrams a week of testosterone. I used to take a little bit higher, like 200, but I've noticed. I don't know if you can relate to this or how old you are, but it would make my insomnia worse if I was anything like 200 and above testosterone. And it wasn't always like that. I took steroids when I was in my 20s, and I could still sleep fine. But when you start getting a little bit older, like mid-30s, I started really having insomnia issues, even with lower doses of my testosterone replacement therapy. Robert Wharton says, Suboxone is heroin with glue. Crap is so sticky. I've never heard of that. Heroin with glue. Suboxone is heroin with glue. That is so sticky. It's definitely sticky. I've never taken heroin, so I have no idea, but that's an interesting statement. Starting to get my testosterone back. Are you getting testosterone replacement therapy, Robert? Aaron says, I'm on day 5 without Suboxone. It's been challenging. You're over the hump. Keep that shit going, Aaron. What dose did you get off of? Did I already ask you that? I think I just went over your comment. Sorry, my brain is always kind of scattery with this stuff, so be patient with me, guys. Let's see. 5 days is when it really starts sucking. Stay strong. Intramuscular, and I self-treat. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I'm 34 years old and also take D-ball. Wow, D-ball's a fun steroid. I've definitely taken D-ball in the past. I used to take it like in the wintertime to bulk up. I would take a little bit of testosterone, just a little bit of D-ball. And the first time I ever took that cycle, I freaking got huge and very strong. I miss my cycling days, but it's just too hard for me to take steroids, and then I already have so much freaking head funk with trying to get off Suboxone, that I haven't taken steroid cycles since I was like, I didn't really take a ton, to be honest with you. I didn't need much. I just took really low doses when I did take stuff. Luckily, I don't know. I was always worried about the come down of that, because when your body's always fluctuating like that, it can really mess with I would get depressed and stuff when I would come off. So I like to try to keep my body even year round, as close to even as I can. I don't know what your experience is, but testosterone replacement therapy is a good way to go. But I did want to let you know that 375 milligrams a week, that's a very high dose. As far as like doing that year round, I probably wouldn't do that year round. If you can get down to like 200 milligrams a week, even that, you can still make gains on 200 milligrams a week. And I just got to say this again, this is not medical advice, so I'm just telling you my experience. So be careful, buddy. I only take 30 to 4 milligrams of D-ball a day. Yes. Yeah, keep the dose right around there if you're going to do it, and make sure that you take as much time off at least. I shouldn't be talking about steroid stuff. Take at least as much time off as you're on. And you'll probably want to get your blood work done after taking that, because your red blood cell count can go up. You'll probably want to go donate blood if you're going to take those kind of doses. Make sure you try to donate blood at least twice a year, because your blood will get thick taking what you're taking. And you could be at risk for blood clots and stuff like that. So if you go donate blood twice a year. They'll tell you your red blood cell count when you go in. Also monitor your blood pressure. You can get one of those wrist cuffs at Walmart. Make sure you keep an eye on your blood pressure, because your blood pressure will go up on those medications that you're taking. 8 weeks on and at least 16 off. That's good. That's good that you're doing that. Some people these days, God, these kids in the gym, these kids are taking strongest freaking steroids that I never even touched in all my years. And I'm like, they're starting with Tren. I'm like, what are you doing? These kids are going to screw up their lives, man. Anyways, I don't want to get too far off into talking about performance-enhancing drugs. All right, so where was I at here? Ted says, you would really have withdrawals from that low of a dose? Question mark. I thought getting down to 3 milligrams was tough and would be easier to get off. Yeah, Ted, if you go back and look at my videos from like a year and a half or 2 years ago, I don't even know, it could be 3 years ago now, 2 years ago, you'll see that I failed jumping off Suboxone at 3 milligrams. It was too hard for me personally. I definitely suggest everybody try. If they feel like 3 milligrams is okay to jump off, then try it. Worst case scenario, you go 4 or 5 days and you can't do it anymore, then come back on at like 2 or 1.5 milligrams, and then your body will be happy to take that lower dose. So I always suggest if you're going to jump off and you're going to stay off for at least a few days and you're going to suffer for a little bit, don't come back on the dose you were on because it'll be too strong at that point. Your tolerance will adjust quickly. You know what I mean? So if you make it a few days off, try cutting your dose in half and your body will accept that, in my experience. Angie, she's been a long time commenter. She says, great job, dude. That's an awesome taper and plan to jump. I hope you're able to report some of the things you're going through when you jump. Best of luck. Thank you, Angie, for always commenting on my channel. I really appreciate it. And I will definitely keep you guys in the loop when I jump and let you guys know how it goes. Siri, my main man. Sorry, I got pop-ups on my phone. It says, good stuff, my friend. Just medication. My medication is morning psychological ritual as well. Great video. Best of luck always. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate the comment. Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely on my mind as soon as I wake up for sure. So I can't wait till the day when I can just wake up and use the bathroom normally and eat normally in the morning. You know, I'm usually not eating until like 1 or 2 p.m., which freaking sucks. I'd like to have a normal diet, like a normal scheduled diet. This person, HRNTNT, says, glad to hear you are still at 0.25. I'm actually half of 0.25, but at this dose, it all sounds the same pretty much. And pushing forward, sounds very good. Thank you. Thanks for that comment. Ted says, try to jump off at 8 milligrams. I went from 12 to 8 I went from 12 to 8 to 2 in a month and made it 3 days, 8 hours, and tapped out. I've definitely tapped out on a couple different occasions, so I can relate to you. You went very fast with that taper, by the way. To go from 12 to 8 to 2 in a month, that's too fast, buddy, to be honest with you. Take your time with taper, guys. I've been where you're at. I remember watching Rockin' Roberta's channel like 3 years ago. And she was talking about tapering and taking her time. And like, I remember thinking, why is she waiting so long? And I did exactly what you did right there, Ted. I went from 8 milligrams to 6 milligrams to 4 milligrams, 2 milligrams. And I was like, oh, this is freaking easy. And that was all in 1 week. I did that. And then by the end of the week, your body starts realizing, oh shit, you know, and boom, I just hit a brick wall and it was misery. And I was like, after you do that a few times, you'll realize that Suboxone isn't just something that you can taper right off. This takes time to rewire your neurochemicals and shit in your head. I wish it was easier than that. I really do. For most people, they need to take time. You know, they need to plan out a good 6, 12, 18 months, you know, to do this. I recommend the slow, long taper. If you guys want to try doing these rapid tapers, I almost don't know anybody that's been successful with doing that. You can try for sure, but just please be careful, because if you push yourself too hard, there's a chance that you could get really overwhelmed and that could make you want to relapse. So that's why I stress the long, slow taper, guys. But thanks for your comment, Ted. I appreciate you sharing that. I'm trying to see what card that is in your avatar. Is that? It's really hard to see. It looks like, I can't tell. It's too small. Cassie says, do you have a social media where I can message you to talk with you? You don't have many people to talk to. No, I don't have many people to talk to. As far as doing social media stuff, yeah, I don't interact like that. I don't do it that way. So sorry, Cassie. I appreciate your comments. I rarely, I mean, I rarely ever talk to anybody off of YouTube as far as like on a personal level. Hopefully you're doing okay. I don't know. Maybe you're meaning that you need somebody to talk to. I'm not sure if you meant. I don't have any people to talk to. I don't. I've eliminated almost everybody from my life. I talk to you guys on here in my comments more than I talk to almost anybody in my life. So, Jeff Glenn says, RV life looks cool, bro. Thanks, Jeff. I know you've been following me for a while, and I really appreciate your comments as well. Christopher Clan says, thanks for your videos. You are welcome, Christopher. Thanks for your comments. So that's it for the comments, guys. Do any of you other, oh my gosh, this has been 45 minutes. I'm sorry, this is going to be a long, boring video for a lot of you guys. If any of you guys have any other questions that are in the chat, please drop it now before I don't want too much dead air time to go. So I'm going to read the rest of these. If there's any other comments here, if so, I'm going to get through those, then I'll jump off of here so this isn't a 5-hour long video. I know I've been talking about going live, so I just wasn't sure if anybody wanted to jump on here and shoot the shit with me while I was going through these comments. Let's see. Jeff. Oh, I was just reading your comment, Jeff. I'm sure you've probably already seen that. It says, I do 200 TRT every 2 weeks. Should I think about 100 per week? Yes. So you're just, Jeff, you're just taking your injection once every 2 weeks? Is that what you're saying? I actually, when I first started TRT, my doctor gave me 1 shot for a month, and it was miserable. It was a quick spike, and then it was like after 2 weeks, it just really dove down. After like 10 days, the half-life of testosterone is very low. So I would say at the least, injecting your testosterone once a week at the least. So whatever your dose is, 200 milligrams. Yeah, I think 100 milligrams a week would be, yeah, anywhere. I feel like everybody that I know that gets their blood work done, everybody is usually between 100 and like 180 to 200 milligrams a week. That should keep you in the upper normal ranges of the testosterone chart, where you should be. I just got my blood work done recently, and I want to say the upper normal limit is like, I take 160 milligrams a week, and that puts me at like 900 in the normal high range. I think it goes to like 800 to 1100. I'm trying to recall off the top of my head. So yes, if you're taking 1 shot every 2 weeks, you're probably coming down towards after 10 days or so, you're probably going to start feeling like shit, and things are going to start getting wonky. Your sex drive could go off too. It's just too much. It's too much of a jump up, and then it's just too much down at the end. So if you can do 100 milligrams a week, I think that's a great idea for sure. Actanon Barber says, keep kicking, bro. I gotta go. Talk to you later. Hey, thanks for chatting tonight. I'm going to keep kicking, bro, for sure. Or at least going to keep trying. That's what we do here. Jamie, hello, says, I went from 8 milligrams to off in 1 month. Been thanking God every day, as you should be. That is freaking nuts. 8 milligrams to off in 1 month. Jamie, you have some willpower and some strength. You must be younger, because I bet you're probably younger than 30, right, Jamie? For your body to be able to just handle that, that's a big dose. 8 milligrams is a strong dose to go off in 1 month. Yeah, you should be thanking God, and I'm very proud of you for doing that. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're 15. That is still amazing, and I don't know almost anybody that has been able to do that. How long have you been off for? And how hard was it for you? I could not do that. So 33 and 3 days away from a month. Oh, I think I was just reading your comment. Your story sounds familiar. So 33, yeah, it's good that you were able to do that at that age. 3 days away from a month. Do you feel totally normal right now, or do you still have is there still things you're struggling with at this point, Jamie? Been on and off pills and Suboxone for 8 years. Good for you though, man. That's freaking. A lot of people don't make it out of this lifestyle. Sadly, it's a lifestyle that you really have to fight a good fight to get out of. Bubble guts in the morning, still taking Imodium. Oh God! A month later, you still got the freaking gurgles in the stomach. Damn. Oh, I hate that. Oh, for me, it gets worse at night. It's like in the morning, it's pretty rough, and then after things kind of clear out, it calms down, and then back at nighttime, my guts are like freaking making all kinds of noises and freaking annoying. I'm not looking forward to it. I know how you feel. You'll get there. Sleep sucks for the first 7 days. Oh, yeah. Luckily, I've been chopping my Ambien doses in half, so if I have to, I could take the full normal dose that my body's so used to taking, and that should help me. I would like to not have to do that because I feel so much better in the morning by taking half my Ambien dose. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited to get off of Ambien as soon as I get past the withdrawals of Suboxone. Ambien's definitely next on my list. I've been on that medication for a long time too. Just really struggled with insomnia over the years. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off of here. Sorry this has been such a freaking long video. I appreciate all your guys' comments. And thank you guys for supporting me. I did get rid of my medication, and I should be running out of what I have this coming up Sunday. All right, so I'm feeling pretty good, man. I've been at this low dose, 0.125 milligrams, for quite a while now. So I'm really hoping that this long, slow taper, especially towards the end, really kind of helps me push through this. I don't have to. My work scenario is set up pretty good to where if I don't have to work, I don't have to work. So I'm really blessed like that. You know, I'm no longer living with a girl. I no longer have a girlfriend, so I don't have to worry about trying to, not be a Debbie Downer, because that was kind of an issue last time. It sucks to have to like drag somebody else through your mud like I had to do with her. So I'm happy I don't have to drag anybody else through my bullshit. I can just tough it out on my own. And I know I've got you guys to support me through as I need. And thank you guys all for watching. I hope you guys all have a great day. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.